First, we'll need to import the library car because we'll need to use this library to run the VIF, which is variance inflation factor, to detect the multicollinearity later. Then we'll need to create a data frame by using mydata read.csv to import and store the file in mydata. Next, mydata is called for an initial overview of the dataset. So when we run the code, it will show all the data from the dataset. Then for columns is.na mydata, it is to identify the missing data for each columns so that we will know which columns need to be handled. As you can see from the output, there are only total bedrooms contains missing value. Only total bedrooms contains missing value, which is 207, while other columns doesn't has any missing value. For the sum duplicated by data is to identify if any duplicated data from the dataset. So it shows 0, it means that my dataset don't have any duplicated data. Next, interquartile range method is used to identify the outliers for each columns because outliers can skew statistical analysis and modeling, and we might need to remove some of them or maybe replace it with other values. As you can see from the output, the ocean proximity, it shows NA is because it is not numeric. Next, for this line of code, displays the data type in terms of class of each column in the dataset. It will show us if it is numerical data or categorical data for each column. Let's move on to the pre-processing. For the sum is.na mydata total bedrooms is to handle missing values in the total bedrooms column of the dataset by replacing them with the median of the non-missing value in the same column. Then, for the remove outliers rows, it used to remove rows with outlier values in any numeric column of a dataset and display the number of rows before and after outlier removal. And for s.numeric factor mydata ocean proximity is to convert the ocean proximity categorical column into numeric values by encoding its factor levels as integers. And next, for set.seed 76 and sample enroll mydata 500, they will randomly sample 500 rows from mydata while setting a seed 76 to ensure reproducibility of the random selection. Then for this code, it performs Pearson correlation tests between each variable in mydata as expect for median house value. As you can see, it will display the correlation coefficient and p-value for each variable. For the Shapiro test, it is to test for normality on the columns latitude, median income, housing median age, and total rooms in mydata to check if their distributions are approximately normal. And last but not least, for the MLR model, is used to predict median house value using the independent variables like latitude, median income, households, and total rooms from the dataset. And for the VIF values, VIF MLR is to calculate the variance inflation factors for each predictor in the multiple linear regression model to check for multicollinearity. The high VIF values will suggest multicollinearity. Lastly, for summary MLR, they will provide a detailed summary of the regression model. It includes coefficients, R-squared, p-values, and other statistics to assess the model's performance and significance. Thank you. That's all for my presentation.